Hello everyone and welcome to another FPL video from the FPL newbies. The international break is finally over and as we head into game week 8, we'll be looking at our game week 7 performance. Now, as we know, in our last video we discussed the wildcard from FPL Phoenix, and this international break also many people are considering, not considering, many people have already activated their wildcard considering international break is a good time to wildcard. There will be so many price changes, so they want to catch up on that. Now, I had already planned that I will wildcard on game week 13 or 14 around that time. And to be honest, I considered the wildcard strongly this international break because I'm not exactly disappointed with my team, but my main concern is the way United are playing, and I still have two United assets that I need to remove, and also Jota. Jota started against Manchester City, but Firmino is back, and of course, there is no guarantee that Jota is going to start next match surely. So I'm kind of like still forced to keep them. Rashford is back. So although Greenwood is playing well, who knows? Like Ole might drop him and play Sancho on the right and Rashford on the left. So there are still some troubles with my team, but that's why I made a change on my bench. I transferred out Amate and got in Cancelo, which is my transfer this week, so that I will at least have two playing members on my bench for any players that are benched in my starting 11. Before going into our game week review, let's talk about Alonso. Now, my opinion is that people who brought in Alonso, it was not a bad move. There were risks, but as long as you had a good bench, it was fine to cover him up. Now, Chelsea fans, I also said in the last video, Chelsea fans are saying that Chilwell, if in the right place, Chilwell is the starter over Alonso. Now, Alonso has done well this season. He got a deserved call up to Spain. He even performed well in the UEFA Nations League match in a back four, which is not his strong position. He's more as a wing back in a back five, but he still did good there. So I don't know if Tuchel will suddenly again start prioritizing Chilwell over Alonso when the international break is over. We have to wait and see. I will still give Alonso 2 more weeks. It was a risk. I knew it, but the rewards were also high. So I just went for it. And getting in Cancelo ahead of the international break was kind of a risky move because, anything can happen, injuries and all those stuff. But I had to catch up on the price rise. And since Zinchenko is injured, I think there is no doubt about Cancelo's starting position in the team at the moment. So going over my game week 7 performance, I had a total of 44 points. Now, two game weeks simultaneously back to back have been kind of underwhelming, like not a high scoring one. And the main thing that has frustrated me is not my overall team performance, but my captaincy choice. And this is really in contrast to the last season. The thing is, I always thought that being a fan of a Premier League team and playing FPL is kind of tough because you don't know, you don't often differentiate between backing your team in the real life and in FPL. Last year, I wasn't confident about my team, so I did not have Bruno Fernandes from the start, and Bruno Fernandes hauled so much in the beginning of the season. This season, I look to play the fixtures. I backed my team, and United played such a terrible football. And Ronaldo was benched, but he still came on. And if United had played well, if United had created those chances for Ronaldo, he could have scored. That did not. So Ronaldo captain blank for 2 game weeks in a row. Very that's very disappointing. I mean, I almost considered captaining Jimenez, who did not score a goal, but he gave 2 assists. So I would still have those points. Even Salah. The FPL official Twitter profile made this tweet of stats how Salah returned in almost every game against City, and but I still decided to play the fixture, and I did not go with my gut, and this is something that I should work on, not going with my gut. So let me just quickly go over the points. So I have Foster 2 points. I think this is the last match that Foster will start because Backman is back. So I just decided to give him one try. Honestly, I thought Arsenal would win after their great performance against Spurs. So, anyways, in defense, I had Rudiger 2 points, which was again kind of surprising. But it was just, like other than the penalty, Southampton did not really pose any threat. So it does not really worry me too much. Duffy 6 points, which was really welcome because Duffy came in as a substitute for Alonso. Sufal one. West Ham defense have been kind of surprising, really. Like after they got Zoma this season, you would think that West Ham defense would become stronger. They play in a 4-2-3 position, and Suchek and Declan Rice in the pivot are such good players. They're such good holding midfielders. You would think that West Ham would be solid at the back and they would keep clean sheet. But they have been diabolical, to be honest. And Supal's price also dropped, but I couldn't ship him out before that. In the midfield, the FPL King again proving to be a beast. I mean, Salah 13 points. I mean, honestly, as just a football fan, I enjoyed Salah's performance, but as an FPL fan, it was kind of depressing to see because like the people who captained Salah, they gained so much rank, and of course, it hurt my rank a lot. And Rafinha 3, Greenwood 1, Jota 2, Benrahma 2. Nothing much to say there. The midfield again kind of let me down, and I'm not really too much concerned about the midfield. Like I think like most of those budget midfielders like Saad and other players too. Like no one gave really a big haul in the midfield in the cheaper section other than the premium ones. Forward line, Jimenez points, very welcoming points. I mean, first 2 weeks he blanked, so it's great to see that he's finally back to his form. Uh, Ronaldo also only 1 point. I mean, the benching surprising. It was surprising, but yeah, I don't know what's going on at Manchester United at the moment, and I am still forced to keep Ronaldo for the Leicester game. The major the major dilemma for me will be which transfer to make in the next week because there are three players that I am looking to shift out at the moment. It is Jota, Greenwood, and Ronaldo. So let's see, and I have to keep an eye on the Alonso situation too. So I may have to like take not two, but maybe one hit in the after game week 8. So let's see. So yeah, that's from me, and now let's hear it from FPL Phoenix.
We all know that I played the wild card and 36 points from wild card below the average points again for the second week running has isn't the most impressive run for me, and this luck hasn't been going on my side for some while. And the worst luck is that I predicted like Arsenal against Brighton at Amex Stadium. It will be a tricky fixture any day. I mean, Brighton actually has won against Arsenal in their home fixtures in previous seasons, and I didn't expect that Arsenal will like suddenly become so good in prolific scoring and anything. But I still expected a KG match and KG affairs, and I expected a 1-1 draw, both teams scoring. And for, so for that reason, I kind of made like Alonso definitely started for me, but I kind of made Ben White my second sub and Ruben Diaz as my first sub because City versus City versus Pool hasn't been always the most prolific scoring matches because the match between them has always been kind of a tactical battle against Klopp and Pep, and most of the times it has been KG. And even if there were goals, I didn't see goals more than two or maximum by three being shared between them. So a two all draw, four goals in second half is like this was something really new, and as a football fan, it was a treat to the eye. So yeah, but again, Diaz conceding the yellow card and like conceding two goals kind of gave the points equal to Alonso. So that was a huge L for my team. And Ben White gave 6 clean sheet points along with the one bonus point who was my uh, second sub in my bench. So yeah, that's 7 points wasted in the bench, which could have taken me to 40 points. But I cannot cry over spoilt milk, and keeping a strong bench has its pros as well as cons. And the first day of playing this wildcard team kind of faced me the cons. So can't complain over that. And again, as I said, goalkeeper also keeping a clean sheet. That's like all kind of bad luck happening at the same time. 11 points on the bench, which could have taken me to 30. I've got 36, which could have taken me to 47 points. So I mean, really nothing much to do about that. Again, points wasted on the bench. And I mean, I knew something like this will happen because of keeping a strong bench, but didn't expect it's gonna happen on the first day. So, yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, oh, maybe someday the luck will finally be on my side again. So, moving on, Marcel, even though conceding, gave 1 point bonus, so that's kind of a consolation, nice consolation. So, again, captaincy choice also, I half expected Lukaku not to score against that Southampton defense. I mean, uh, Chelsea literally scored 3 goals and none of them were Lukaku goal, and it's kind of a disappointing because he scored one brilliant goal which was also assisted by Rudiger, but it got offside, and that was like the right call from the officials. And again, in the dying minutes, he absolutely kind of bottled the shot from in front of the goal. He hit the like the bar, and it came out. Then again, a Spiliqueta shot again, it hit the bar, and then Chilwell eventually scored, and Aspilicueta in the middle got both the assists out of the 3 goals. So that's really really harsh luck, and I mean, nothing much to complain about that. Again, so Lukaku blanked, and nothing much separated from me against the Ronaldo owners. So yeah, couldn't take advantage of that Ronaldo blanking. And Salah again, FPL king. I mean, I think I discussed about the fact that he has a good record against Man City in our previous video. So again, I like a goal and an assist. Come on, I didn't expect that, but I expected that he might score one or assist one. And 30, I mean, the goal he scored was absolutely extraordinary. I mean, that's just like a create like that's like something that the best players in the world produce. I mean, that's literally why Salah is one of the finest in the league. So yeah, a goal out of nothing. Then Saka and Rafinha gave 3 points, and Saka actually had a scoring chance when Smith Rowe didn't pass the ball to him, and I think that was Arsenal's best chance of scoring. So Saka, with the fixtures that Arsenal have, I mean, I'm still trusting on Saka to follow up his form against Spurs. Rafinha blanked, and then Benrahma 2 points. Like again, it's uh, they are all budget midfielders, and it's probable that they won't consistently deliver. And Antonio blanked. I mean, somewhere the hall had to stop, and you cannot score every day, so not really surprising. And Alasa Maxima, I mean, for a Newcastle forward, who played against Newcastle, I distinctly don't remember. But still, the form he was in, it was a gamble to take him playing a three forward formation. But again, he won't deliver every day as it was probable. So let's see what happens.
He will probably deliver after the January transfer window.
Oh yeah, yeah, surely, surely. Oh, let's hope so.
Yeah.
And yeah, so moving on, and of course Lukaku blank, and the transfers I'm planning on. I mean, I don't like shipping off players after a single game week. So but still, the one transfer I have in mind is, I mean, I will be taking a hit to bring in Cancelo, who will be facing Burnley. And as you said, that City defense are solid at the back, and they have a few good fixtures ahead. And the fact that Zinchenko is injured and Benjamin Mendes suspended, so Cancelo is definitely now the first choice starter for the left back position. And yeah, so and like the forward runs he makes and number of shots for a fullback he takes on goal, that's really he has really impressive numbers on his side. So fingers crossed that he delivers again with the fixtures he has up ahead. So yeah, so that's, and in forward the player I will be replacing San Maxima is Wang Hee Chan. He still is at 5.6, and provided the form he is in, he already has 3 league goals, and I think he will be now starting beside Jimenez, and let's see. So I think he's a good differential to take from now. He's not highly owned as of now, and his price rise isn't going to affect that much. He's only 5.6, which is much 1.2 lesser than San Maxima. So yeah, so Wang Hee Chan in place of San Maxima, and I will be replacing Marcel with Cancelo, and hopefully I will start with all Manchester City and Chelsea defense with Rudiger, Alonso, Diaz, and Cancelo. And fingers crossed that Alonso starts after the international break. But still, I will have Ben White in bench, who will be facing Crystal Palace at home. So let's see how things turn out.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, if I was you, I would be very tempted by that Alonso in Maximin to Wang Hee-chan's switch.
Yeah.
I have seen Wolves play mainly because I had Jimenez in my team,
Hmm.
and Wang Hee-chan looks better than Adama Traore in terms of being an all-round footballer. Like Adama Traore seems he's like he will only beat his man and just put in a cross. I mean, like it can like go over the player. He just like focuses on putting in a cross. And Wang Hee-chan looks more than that.
A better
And
finisher.
like yeah, better finisher and a better playmaker. I remember like one thing he did, like he pulled off a great trick in the penalty box. I mean, people were saying that he probably won't take a lot of time to fit in the Premier League. He was part of that famous front three with Erling Haaland and Minamino of Red Bull Salzburg.
Yes.
So,
Oh
I mean,
yes.
after the performances he has put up, he is definitely starting over Traore. There is
Sure.
no way is going to be dropped. So I really like that pick. I was even considering it myself because I have the funds for it. But like two wolves forward seemed too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I hope like he will do well. And talking about defense, I think like after 7 game weeks, it's clear that Chelsea, Manchester City, and Liverpool are by far the three best teams in the Premier League at the moment. And
Yes.
whether it be attacking or whether it be defense, they're looking solid at both fronts. So if someone is willing to go three at the back or four at the back, they should target the defense from these three teams if they're going for premium defenders. So I think like going forward, a mixture of defenders from these three teams will be the key.
I mean, provided that the expensive midfielders aren't delivering this season, you can easily kind of take Salah and put 3 budget midfielders in your team and kind of invest on the defense, since defense is giving more points than midfielders and even forwards this season. So that's one thing
Yeah,
to
exactly.
consider.
I mean, last season we had like all the premium midfielders like Salah, Bruno, Son, De Bruyne, Sterling, Grealish. Grealish was also kind of a cheap budget premium, kind of in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
middle. So we could not spend a lot of money on the defense, but this season the situation has completely turned. So yeah, let's see if it changes or not now that De Bruyne is fully fit back, Foden is fully fit back. So
Yeah,
how
yeah,
is
yeah.
like Pep going to start? So many things to
And the
consider.
fact
Let's see.
that Ferran Torres scored a brace in the Nations League fixture, I mean, will Pep see this form and put him in that striker position which he plays for Spain? If he does, then he might become a great asset for the midfield.
Exactly, but I think like what I have noticed is that like Ferran Torres is still like a possibility that Pep will drop him somehow.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
only
yeah.
player, the only player that has looked nail up until now is Jack Grealish. But I don't know if the situation will change now that Foden is fit and he put in a great performance against Liverpool.
I mean,
So that
yeah, yeah. the thing about Jack Grealish is that he is a nailed on starter, but like his numbers, I mean, he's a good bowler, he dribbles well, but I mean, in terms of giving FPL points, he hasn't been the most prolific even in Aston Villa. So that's, I mean, even if he's nailed on, I don't think that's a really useful fact for if in terms of FPL.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, the thing is, I like. I think people would love Phil Foden to win nailed on because last season
Exactly.
also, like whenever he played, he gave points, but he has never been a consistent starter for Pep Guardiola. And I think the only reason that Pep is consistently starting Grealish is first of all due to his price tag, and secondly more the fact that he has got that number 10 on his back. So yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's something really controversial to think about, but I mean, Foden any day is a better finisher and a better technical footballer than Grealish, in my opinion. I don't want to create a controversy here, but I mean, as much as I have seen, Foden even delivered in the Champions League matches previous season until the final, and I mean, it's surprising why isn't he still nailed on in Pep's team? I think everyone will love that, even outside FPL terms, because he's such a good footballer. I mean, he's finishing, I mean, the way he finishes his chances, it's kind of carbon copy of how Greenwood finishes for United. I mean, I've like the finish he did against Liverpool. I mean, I've seen Grealish finishing those chances so many times in the United shirt, and Greenwood is getting so many minutes there. I think Foden also deserves those minutes in that City shirt too. I mean, we are looking at a future generation, so hopefully someday he will become indispensable starter for Pep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he becomes a starter for City after Pep leaves. So let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so we will keep it here today
yeah,
and see you guys next week with a Game Week 8 review. Thank you guys for watching.
yeah. Thank you, guys.